everybody. So, we got a Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater official game overview. We're gonna check this out and see what new information we get about this news. Well, I want to say new, but remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Let's see.
When it launched, it was hailed by fans and critics alike as a turning point in video games. And now, you can experience this classic in a whole new way. I'm David Hayter, the voice of Naked Snake from Snake Eater. Take a look back with me and some old friends as we reflect on one of the greatest video games ever made. But first, let's solve a mystery that has intrigued fans for decades. Who was the actual voice of Eva? Suzette Monet, finally revealed. Jodie Benson. And the boss herself, Lori Allen.
Okay.
Now,
So they all coming back.
let's talk shop.
Let's do tactical espionage action. Metal Gear Solid.
So I'm here with two of my favorite people. We're here in the Rosvet factory, which is pretty incredible to come back here after all this time. So we have known each other for so long, and yet I think this is the first time that all three of us have been in the same room
Yes.
together ever.
Ever.
So let's clear up something that I think the fans have been wondering about for quite some time. Why did you not use your real name? in this
Okay,
incredible
so
game?
when we recorded, you and I were in the studio together back in 2003. Just the various projects that I am affiliated with in my career are sort of family-based, children-based, things like that. So it was actually Chris Zimmerman Salter.
Yeah.
That was our director. That she kind of sat down with me and she's like, maybe we need to change your name. So she asked me, what was your dog's name growing up? And I said, Suzette Monet. So she's like, you know what? Let's build on that. How about Suzetta? How about instead of Monet, the artist, we'll do Minet? And I was like, sounds like a deal.
Yeah.
But then 7 years ago at various conventions where we meet and greet with wonderful fans, somebody slipped one of these wonderful games to my table. And I said, why are you bringing me that? And he says, because you're in it. And I said, do you know my deep, dark secret? And he said, yes, I do know. I know. I said, shh, keep it quiet. And now here we are in 2024.
Yeah,
So we're doing a
intrigued.
big reveal for our anniversary show.
Well,
Yes.
it's so cool because both of you, the work in this is astounding. It's one of the
Aw,
most,
that's sweet.
and I'm not saying this because I'm in it, but it's one of the most legendary games of all time. And so, Lori, you'd never seen what we did
No.
until recently, right?
Until recently. I don't even have the words for the depth of our relationship.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and I love when Ava just doesn't know how to describe it either. And so to watch the complexity of their relationship is just something that you can't explain. I mean, and that's what's so beautiful about the game is it's three-dimensional. They have a backstory, they have relationships. So to watch that, it really just brought me to tears. It's rare that I'm speechless, so it's pretty intense. Yeah.
That is rare. How has it been reacquainting yourself with Eva?
Oh my gosh.
And
What drives her is her passion for justice and her passion to do the right thing, no matter who's talking to her.
Yeah.
And the fact that she loves you in such a fearless way with immense loyalty.
one of my favorite memories was we had to do a love scene, you and I, which I'd never done in voiceover before.
Neither had I.
I've been unlucky enough to do it on camera, and that's always weird. But in voiceover, you don't really need to
Right.
do it in real life, but
Yeah.
you have to make it sound like a
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
So shall we show them how we did the kissing scenes?
Yes.
It might
Yeah.
be too hot
Okay.
for TV, but
All
let's.
right, let's do
Okay,
it.
so
Ready?
it was this. That's pretty much how
Your
we did it.
hand has never been so loved on.
Well, it was so funny because we're just kissing our hands.
Yeah.
The other great thing about these games is every single one of them that we did, we were all in the booth together. You know, we were all just had chairs set up and we did them all like radio plays, and it just gave it so much more life and reality.
A lot of mine were by myself, and when you have the amazing casting director, voice director in your ear, she's saying, you love him, but you've defected, and you're just like, it's so draining, but in the best way.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing about voiceover that we love so much is our scene partner is not there a lot.
A lot.
And so you have to just put yourself in this world. You have to create this world.
I think when I do animation, a lot of times I'm by myself.
Yeah.
So that was a huge difference for me. Also with animation, you're running a line 20 to 30 times, one line at a time. You know, just open up the mic, focus on one line. This one, Chris was very specific about reading through the body of work to create the story, to be able to tell the story, not just repeating a line.
Yeah.
You know, give me low, give me high, give me breathy, give me, you know, that.
It's storytelling.
No. This
It is
was like, it's
storytelling.
story time. I mean, this is where we have to make it very believable so the gamer can follow along and it makes sense.
When actors would come in that didn't know what it was,
Right.
I'm trying to indicate the tone of it with my weird snake voice, which, you know, is supposed
Isn't
to be
that weird?
real.
We love snake
Well, thank you. But it's you know, it's supposed to be real and it's supposed to be grounded, but at the same time, it's supposed to reflect that we're in a bit of a strange situation.
We're in a strange world, yeah.
And so, you know, it's always fun to see the actors come in and get drawn into that. There's one other thing that I don't know if people realize. We didn't get the scripts in advance.
Right.
So you just get it, and when you hear us do it on the thing, that's the first or second time we're ever saying that line.
When we audition for things, we never know if we're hitting upon a Metal Gear Solid. So our job is to stay in good vocal shape, and so that if we get the job, it's like icing on the cake, and so I feel so ridiculously grateful.
So people recognize my face sometimes, but most times they don't, which is nice. It's a nice level of fame. But when I go to airport security
Oh my
and I
gosh,
give them my ID and then they see it, I know the look. They'll like, look, and then they'll look up at me, and then they'll look back.
Putting it together.
And then they look back and they go, are you? And I go, that's right.
I was getting something at Whole Foods, this was several years ago, and you know, I was like, I'll take just a brown bag for that. And he was like, are you the boss? And I was like, yeah. And I mean, it's such a sight to see. It's absolutely stunning.
So our son McKinley, he somehow found out. I have the game in a box, like in our basement.
In a box?
In the basement.
I'm sorry, Snake. In a box, that's right. And so he kind of did a little deep dive, and he came to me one day and he was like, Mom, what is this? What? So this is just a lie, right? This is not real.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, it's real. And all of a sudden, I got cool mom points.
Yeah, totally.
I got a lot of cool auntie points.
Cool
Yeah, that's
mom
right,
points.
right.
So, I'm so excited to introduce to you some new scenes from Metal Gear Solid Delta. So this opening is,
Wow.
it's supposedly the world's first Halo jump, high altitude, low opening. Look at this shot.
Oh my gosh.
Leave no trace of your
So
presence.
gorgeous.
Look at that good military crawl. Nice.
Right?
Nice job.
Oh, here we go.
You know, that would be cool just to be like doing something and you bump into David Hayter, he'd be like, oh, excuse me. You know, and then you'd be like, that voice sounds familiar, and then he'd be like, and then he'll just do his whole snake bit. Like, I'd be like, oh my, that is so cool. Cause I love the Metal Gear Solid franchise, and that'd just be cool to bump into him or the boss or Eva. Like that's so cool. Cause I love that whole Snake Eater has to been like the best of the Metal Gear Solid games. But then again, for me, I don't know. It's a toss up because I do love the first Metal Gear game / Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, or I think that was the GameCube version, and then you got it was just called Metal Gear Solid, and then you got Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I think it's a toss up between which one is 1 and which one is 2, but those are my top 2 favorite Metal Gear games.
Oh.
It's just the shadowing of I mean, everything just looks extraordinary. Ooh, ow.
Well, I think I got him with the tranquilizer dart. So
I think so.
He'll be all right.
I think he's
That guy's
okay.
not
He's an
going
honor.
to.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy's
The spray.
just spray and blood, you know, just a day in the life of Snake.
Amazing. Oh, that's
You're so
beautiful.
hot. Oh my God.
That's true. They've made him considerably hotter.
In
It's,
real life too. Look at you.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
You can see each pore on your skin.
Come on, Delta.
Well
That is
done.
something.
Wait a minute,
That's
hold up.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
they know
incredible.
what they're
People are
doing.
gonna
They're
flip
not
out.
Yeah.
I'm flipping out.
Gorgeous.
Me too. Well, why don't we take a look at some of your character?
Okay.
Oh my. Okay.
Sounds good. Oh,
There she is.
Yes.
You're so beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I love her hair.
Yeah, it's very
Colors.
70s, very groovy.
The
It's the
colors
60s.
are gorgeous. She loves him so much.
I know.
Oh.
Oh. Hug her back.
Don't want
Hug her.
He's not a great hugger.
Come on, hug her. See, you need some intimacy issues. You need therapy.
See, she knows there's a special relationship
Yeah, I
between
think
you
Snake
two.
is an awkward hugger.
Oh my
Look at
gosh.
her.
Yeah, can you imagine him hugging?
Ready to go?
And she turns it on. Okay, let's go.
Get on my bike, baby.
Let's go.
Boss.
That arm's
And
still
there she is.
Stunning.
So
Yeah,
beautiful.
does your arm
Yeah.
still hurt?
Yeah, because you broke it.
I know. Sorry about that.
Let's
I'm
look
going to
at
pounce.
Warrior.
I also love
my gosh,
how
I love
he
your
continues
suit.
to try to fight back.
I know.
She just outclasses him at every.
I've raised you. I taught you everything you know.
No, I'm gonna knight you.
Talk about your suit.
Gru and my sons are
I
waiting
look
up
hot.
ahead.
You look
I'm not even wearing any Spanx there.
You don't have a
amazing.
prayer of finishing.
Not wearing Spanx.
even
I just, wow.
Oh,
Ooh. No need to
great.
prove that you're virtuous. This isn't America. Of course, she's trying to look at the bullets. Look at that. Oh my God.
That's my.
Sorry.
That's my
total
helicopter.
destruction.
Sorry, I'm lighting everything you need on fire, including your heart.
Oh.
I gave you
badass.
weapons.
At
I
least
gave
we
you
did
weapons. I
get
gave you
some good,
techniques. Clearly, you can continue the mission.
Okay, so what are your thoughts?
That was incredible.
It's epic. It's absolutely stunning,
Stunning.
and beautiful
It's
to see
so
it.
gorgeous.
Cinematic.
The light of it, the camera
Everything.
angles, the character upgrades. I mean, I hate to say it, but we all look pretty awesome.
We look great.
Great.
I think old fans, we're so excited for them to see it. They're gonna just lose their mind. And then for new fans, a whole new generation of people, they're gonna be beyond excited. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, it's something for everybody.
But David, the story is the same.
Yeah, well,
The
that's
legacy of it is the same.
Yeah.
And so that's what's really important
Yes.
for the player.
Yeah, and well, it's important to me as a fan and as a Snake. Yeah, it really is so true to the original game, and you know, of course, for the most part, they're using our original voice performances. I mean, for the lion's share of it, it's exactly the experience you had. Just it looks so much better. But what was it like? You know, stepping in and doing you know some of the new lines and stepping into those characters again. How did
Oh, it
you
was a
feel?
blast.
It was a blast. It was
so
so
much fun.
easy
So
because
they-
they've been, they
So they basically didn't. Some of the game, the majority. He should have said the majority of the game is just them bringing the lines back from the original game. So they just reusing the recording and lines from the original game, and then but they did bring all three characters back. So I wonder, did they bring everybody back? Like everybody, Vulcan, the pain, the fear, all of them. Did they bring all of them back to voice like just newer, different lines? Cause that's what they just said they just doing here. That's cool.
they've been marinating and like their love affairs, their fights, their relationships. So it takes no time to literally drop into those characters, those relationships.
And 20 years have
complexity, yeah.
passed, you know, so then you have legacy, you have history
Yeah.
with these characters that you get to just dive back into
Yeah.
them, but layer on top of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, but again, the story is there.
So, what do you want to say to the fans as Delta gets ready to emerge into the world?
For our fans, thank you doesn't even cut it. I mean, it makes me emotional every time. We're beyond grateful to have come on this journey with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you for believing in us and the story. And And also like having a community, like we now have this community of people,
Right.
of artists, cosplay. I mean, there's such a huge legacy for everyone in this world, clearly not just us. And so I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful.
I'm
Thank you.
excited for the old fans and the new fans to enjoy Delta, to be able to see that they can do anything. You know, they are courageous, they can be brave, they can be bigger than life, they can do hard things.
Yeah.
And yeah, so thank you. Thank you to all. Thank you to all of the amazing fans and the new fans that are going to join in with Delta.
Yeah, I hope as well that people can step into this world, old and new fans alike, and feel like they can take on anything, and that they can take down their own personal Metal Gear, no matter what that means to them in their lives. So go forth, and always remember, you're pretty good. Thanks for taking a look back with us at one of the most influential and important titles in all of gaming, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and now, Metal Gear Solid Delta. For some of you, this was a nostalgic look back at one of your favorite games. For others who never got a chance to play Snake Eater, let this be your first step into an epic adventure. You don't want to miss what we have for you next time.
Okay. Well, I will say this. If you never played Metal Gear, Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, or even if you don't feel like going back and playing that, and you just want to play the remake here, which is Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, that is a good entry into the series. Because trust me, because I think the first time I played a Metal Gear game, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, or which is Sons of Liberty, and then I had, by the time Snake Eater came out. So basically what I'm trying to say is by the time Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater had came out, I had already played Metal Gear games. But since Metal Gear Solid 3 wasn't out for me, I had to play. When I first got into it and wanted to see what it was all about, I played Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes, which was the GameCube remake of Metal Gear Solid, and I fell in love with the series after that. So, in my opinion, like going off of what he was saying, if you never played Snake Eater or you never played the first one, those are two good games to play. I recommend you play. I recommend either the first one or this one, even the second one. But I would say play the first one though over the second one, because you kind of need to know what happened in the first one to know what's going on in the second one. Because if you play the second one, you would be like, okay, wait a minute, what? I thought the game was about Snake and you're playing as somebody else majority of the game. Like, you only play as Snake like in the beginning prologue, and then for the rest of the game you're playing as this other guy. But why is Snake like this overall famous character? But that's why I said even part 3, if you haven't never played one, even part 3 is a good entry point, because part 3 takes place before part 1 and part 2. And even though, and you'll understand why, like, oh, okay, these characters are not aging like the rest of, you'll understand the whole story. It's a whole story. But yeah, either Snake Eater or part 1 is a good entry point. Part 4 and part 2, you kind of need to know, you got kind of need to play the other games to know what's going on in part 2 and 4. But if you enjoy my video, you know what to do. You hit this button right here for more of my season 3 reactions. And if you enjoyed the video so much you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things, because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I need you guys' help to do so. And as always, hitting one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But they're only way because I got more. Oh yeah. Peace.